Hello, good morning, everyone. Okay, let's continue with today's session. Okay, before that, let me see where we stopped. Can we pull out? Okay, today we're supposed to do chapter 7 and 8. Okay, today is 27 March. We're supposed to do chapter 7 and 8. All right, so let me pull out the chapters. We will do the lectures first. Okay, I will do 7 and then we'll do a bit of discussion and then I will do 8 and then we will concentrate on our assignment. Okay, just give me a minute. Let me pull out the slides. All right, just give me a minute. All right, meanwhile, I hope some of you who did not know which topic to choose, you have decided on which one and also the organization that you will be referring to as well. Okay, let's go to topic 7. Okay, all right, let me open the slides. Okay, I'll share my screen with all of you. Okay, we're going to do week 7 lecture slides. So today we are going to be focusing on strategy rebooted, the future of strategy. Okay, so just to recap a little bit what we did last week. Okay, let's see what we did last week, chapter 6, week 6. Okay, just to give you, not last week, the week before, we did on international business strategy. Okay, we did a bit about the strategy of international business. If an organization goes international, what kind of strategy it can take. Okay, we looked at strategy versus value creation. How does an organization go internationally expansion? Strategy of an international expansion. Okay, and then how value is created. All right, operations, and this is what we looked at. Enterprise valuation is based from profitability and profit growth. And under profitability, whether you want to reduce cost or you want to add value. And then also same thing with profit growth. International expansion, we got international strategy, and then we looked at global strategy. All right, what are market drivers, cost drivers, and so on. Okay, all right. Today we will look at, okay, this is 6. Today we're going to look at the future of strategic management. How does strategic management lies in the future, right? Okay, to start with, first we will try to understand, identify, and apply. Okay, so what we are trying to understand here, what we want to understand here is, first, we are going to critically understand the politics around the future of strategy. Okay, while we are in the midst of creating strategy, what are the political issues which we may need to consider in developing the future strategy. Next is to identify the ideas of social theories and how they relate to the concept of strategy. Okay, so here we're going to look at how these ideas of social theories, a lot of theories have been developed, and how this relates to the concept of strategy, how organizational strategy theories revolve around strategy, and how do we use it in order to relate it to strategy development. And then we'll look at critically apply the ideas of social theories to strategic decision making. So first is to understand what is happening. Second is to identify what are the theory which relates to strategic management. And then we pick and choose which is the one which will be appropriate for our strategic decision making. All right? Okay. So what is the future of strategic management? The future of strategic management, ill discussed among academic practitioners, are like, for academic publication devotes to content solely to the future of strategy. That means from the academic perspective, what they're saying here is, from the academic perspective, we only look at the theory and we only look at the content, but we are unable to look at what is the future of strategy, or we do not see how it is applied or how it is practiced and so on. All right. And strategy theory lacks any evident response to the most recent financial crisis. So a lot of strategic management studies or strategic decision studies or strategic management itself lacks. Lacks means it doesn't have enough. Okay, it doesn't have enough response or approach to what is happening in the recent financial crisis. So whatever studies that we have done about strategic management, it's very much about what has happened in the past, how strategy was created, developed, and so. But with the future which is coming, how is this strategy seen and how is it used to develop solution for this crisis? So organizations' decision-making priorities remain similar to the pre-crisis decision-making. So a lot of the time, most of the organization and firms, when they create strategies, they refer to what has happened before the crisis and not what has happened, how to create strategies post-crisis. right? And responding to the calls of market. Calls of market means calls of the environment, what is happening in the environment, and the demands of owners, shareholders, and state elite. So you are only responding, or you are only creating strategies to respond to what the owners, okay, customers, shareholders, state elite, any form of stakeholders. You are trying to fulfill the stakeholders' needs through your strategy. But the strategy in order to fulfill or to solve financial crisis or any form of future crisis is not seen. That is the future of strategic management. So, complex theories and ideas which lack of future proving in strategy are found more often in historically traditional academic discipline. So, what they are saying here is a lot of theories, a lot of debates, a lot of readings and materials which we find about strategic management doesn't have anything which suggests us what are we going to do for future, right? Example, economic, political science theory, sociology. A lot of it talks about past, what has happened in the past, and it builds the strategy for today, all right? And the work of social scientific theories often explain and lack of discussion around strategic management future. So Jürgen Habermas, a German critical theorist in the Frankfurt School, historical materialism, and also there is another person called Martin O'Connor. Okay, he's American socialist. So what does Jürgen Habermas say about strategy? Okay, he said the work in a landmark in critical social analysis. So what is the future of strategic management? This is this person Jürgen. The growth of exclusive strategic management and decision making. He talks about the growth of exclusive strategic management and decision making. Sorry. Okay. So, and he also says that he also argues that strategic futures lay in private interest group. The future of strategy depends on what is the interest of certain groups. Okay, and he says successive financial crises have delegitimized state involvement in strategic decision. So any particular party which is involved in the financial crisis or successive financial crisis have delegitimized state involvement in strategic decision. So whenever there is a financial crisis, there's always government involving in it, state government involving in it. And state government has less influence over economic policy than ever before. And he also says that limited or consultation with public over decision making about an economy. So every time when strategic management for future is decided, very little input from public or decision making, public or consultants are taken into consideration. It is very much about when financial crisis happen, it is very much about the government's involvement in the decision making process. And he says the growth of exclusive strategic management and decision making also it's an outcome of strategic decision making mean expertise replace democracy. Okay, example, elected government falls under supervision of technocrat elite, okay, new form of bureaucrat. And he says that a nation public affair becomes part of decision made by private interests. So private property rights, intellectual property, and patenting limits public ability to consent future strategic. So everything, all of these are very much on in the hands of decision-making process or decision-making practitioners from the government. Little has been given to public, okay, to put their interests. So in 2008, there was a financial crisis, a case in point. The theoretical framing of state government and corporate responses to the 2008 financial crisis shed light on the strategic futures of organization. Right? So in this year, 2008, there were a financial crisis and it challenged the strategic management process in many organizations. The market economy is not rational but created by human self-interest and competition. And also the nature of government's business relation illustrate human power struggle and not scientific truth. So it is explained that whatever financial crisis that happen, whatever market economy instability which happens, everything is based on what mankind have made action on. It is not something that it created by itself. It is human power struggle. So somebody is trying to compete with another person, which ends up in some form of deformities, and then it creates a financial crisis. It created a financial crisis at the end. All right. And what do other political milestones tell us about thinking strategically? Besides, post-2008 financial crisis strategy is entangled in a set of assumptions which comes together to form globally universal discourse. Discourse means a set of subjective that in combination of knowledge. So strategic decision making does two things. One is includes and one is excludes. What does it include? It includes elite levels of state government and senior executive inside multinational corporation. Second, it excludes non-market institutions such as entire state government and charities and civil societies. So it includes very much of the government side of it and senior executive, and it excludes any public, mainly charities and civil society. People are not allowed to be part of it in the strategic decision making. And exclusivity of strategic decision making leaves external parties ill-informed about political choice. So when government is involved and only main decision maker and strategies are involved, the public or the civilians do not know what are the action, and hence they are not given an option to know about what is the political choice, not political choices, what are the decisions made by these political parties or people who are very much in power in politics. Right? Okay. So Tony Judd, in his book, says when the facts change. Okay. Why no future for strategy? Economic or neoliberalism? So Jude, in his book, says that on the why United States struggles to imagine solution for inequality. The universal contemporary resort to economism, the evocation of economists, and all discuss public affairs. For the last 30 years, it is much of English-speaking world, okay, though less in the continent of Europe and elsewhere. When asking ourselves whether we support a proposal and initiative, we have not asked is it good or bad. Okay, instead we inquire, is it efficient, is it productive? Will it the benefit gross domestic product, will contribute to growth, this prosperity to avoid moral consideration, restrict ourselves to issue a profit and loss? Economic question in the narrower sense. It's not instinctive human condition. So what he's trying to say is, to summarize, a lot of the time when strategies are made, when decisions are made, we only question, the civilians only question, is it efficient or productive or not? We do not question the strategy itself, whether it's wrong or right. We are not questioning. So we are just seeing whether will it work or not. Okay, so this is called power. And next is Frederick. Frederick, on his book On Road to Serfdom, published in 44, very long way ago, says that welfare and mixed economy with public investment leads to negative consequences for nations. So he says that any form of strategy that you take for the people and also, welfare of the people and also mixed economy, okay, that means you're trying to gain both, will reach at a negative consequences. Okay. I'm just going to summarize Hayek's influence on political things. Okay, I'm just going to skip this. He is just okay, this is Johnny Judd. Okay, all right. Okay, Frederick's information. And then Hayek also said that economic neoliberalism origins and current transcendence. Okay. So he says the ineffectiveness of state government to plan, manage, organize, and influence. You see, plan, manage, organize, and influence are management activities. Okay, these are the management activities. All right, he says that parliaments can be regarded as ineffective, taking shops, unable to, or incompetent to carry out tasks which they have been chosen for. Okay, so he also talks about how the government takes charge and not giving much not information, but not giving much authority option to the civilians to make decision. Okay, and then of course we have got in the UK Churchill and then Margaret Thatcher. All right, so wartime Prime Minister Winston Churchill on planning role of state and individual freedom. Okay, and then Margaret Thatcher was more on socialism. Okay, on privatization of economy. And then we have John Maynard. Okay, he talks about the outstanding faults of the economy society in which we live are failure to provide a full employment and its arbitrary and inequitability. Okay, so these are all alternative strategies thinker, very much of history and a bit of what people said in the past. Okay, don't worry, I'm not going. This is nothing related to your assignment. It's just a general knowledge that you need to know. So, okay, John Maynard said the general theory of employment. Okay, so you can read all these historical events and so, right? Okay, summary, the Western politics and the discourse of strategy. All right, so we got economic neoliberalism by Hayek, and then we've got Keynesism by Keynes, political and contemporary discourse strategy, okay, by George Monbiot, and question and reflection for you. Okay, so all right. This chapter is very much about what people said in the past, what history has said in the past, and what all these old people have, I mean, past theories and all these strategies, okay, in the past have created, not created, has did research, okay, has done research and came up with their findings on strategic management. Okay, all right. So don't worry, no questions on this in your assignment. So you don't have to worry that if you don't understand, it's just a reading. Mainly, it's everything picked up from the books that they have written. Okay, what they have stated about strategic management when it comes to economy, when it relates to economic and politics. Okay. All right. Any questions? Let's see chapter 8. Okay, let me see week 7. Okay, download. Okay, I'm going to start lecture 8. Let's do lecture 8 and then I give you a break and then we go into your assessment. Okay, your week 8, okay, is going to be mainly on your assignment. Okay, if you notice week 8, lecture slide is mainly on assessment support. What we are going to do on your assignment, mainly on your assignment, okay, how to develop your 3,500 words, okay, and the details that you will need to know, okay. Again, we are just going to recap chapter 8 with the topic and so on, right? And I am going to start with the introduction um, for your assignment, okay. Right. Yep. Okay. Your chapter 8 is going to be mainly on your assignment. Okay. Before that, any questions so far? Anyone? Anybody got any question?
So far, no, miss.
So far, no. Okay. We will start working on our assignment this week. That means we will start with our formatting of introduction. How to start with your introduction. And yeah, we'll go with that. So at least you can start your assignment. I give you a draft, an outline on how to start your assignment. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna run through the assignment slides again, and then you take a break. And then when we come back, we're going to focus on each and every one of your assignments. Like the week before, 2 weeks before, I did assignment 1. So today I will probably focus on assignment 2, those who checked on question 2, right? Let's look at, let me share my screen. Okay. So assessment support. So we have finished almost 7 topics. We have got another chapter 9, 10, 11, and 12 to go. Okay. 8 is mainly on support for your assessment. Okay, for your assignment. All right. What we need to know about your assignment. So what we are going to do the next few minutes, I'm going to take you to what is planned for assignment. What are the details of which has been planned for your assignment. So we will look at the assignment introduction by understanding the topics. We address the topic. Then we look at the structure of the assignment, which is very important. And then we look at academic understanding. Academic understanding means what are the academic requirements that you need to do in order to ensure that you are able to do this module properly. And then we look at some example and what are the tips that you can take in order to complete your assignment properly. Okay, assessment. So you are supposed to develop an essay which is 3,500 words based upon a chosen essay title from the list provided. There were 8 provided, right? There were 8 assignment titles provided. Okay, so this one I'm going to change. Essay submission is your essay submission is on 30th, right? 30th of April. Okay, week 13, and this one I'm keeping it to week 8. Okay, we just keep it to week 8. All right. Okay, so your essay submission is on 30th of April. Okay, week 13. By week 8, which is today, you're supposed to show me a draft, but it's okay. You can show me next week. Next week's class, which is on the 11th of April. Yeah, about 2 weeks, so 3 weeks later, you will show me your draft. Okay, we need to see the draft. All right, draft submission. And later, once we have done our break, I'll probably try to complete chapter 9 if it's It's not too long. So that at least after 3 weeks, when you come back, you've got another 3 more chapters to complete. Okay, so that is what it is. So we are going to read your draft every week in the seminar. Okay, when you come back in 2 weeks time or 3 weeks time, we are going to read your draft. Okay, we're going to answer the question every lecture and seminar. We don't read the draft through email. We don't make personal appointments. So we are going to do it during the class. So that will be the best way. That I also thought that will be the best way to do. At least I know what you are writing. Okay, your draft submission. Okay, you find how your final critical essay will comply and maximum 1,000 words. Okay, submitted to Moodle for general comments. What can be submitted? A finished report draft, notes to indicating your plans for your entire session. So draft is mainly, I will check with Mr. Ruba whether you need to do a draft submission or not. Okay. All right. Okay. These are the questions for the assignment. Right. Remember the 8 questions that you have. To what extent do organization need to consider both macro and industrial environment in their decision making? Critically discuss how such analysis would contribute to their overall strategic decision. Second, critically discuss and evaluate the argument of any competitive advantage will diminish over time. Third, critically discuss and evaluate the role of innovation in strategic management. Number 4, cooperation is a superior strategy to competition. Deliver a critical analysis on this argument. Number 5, critically evaluate the strength and weakness of a range of global strategies that can be employed by firms. And discuss how such application would contribute to the overall strategic decision. Number 6, critically discuss and evaluate the role of emergent strategy for the management of strategic process. Number 7, conduct a critical analysis on the topic strategic change is or should be a smooth roll out of strategic decision based on rational assessment of the long-term scope, position and direction of the firm. Critically discuss and evaluate. Number 8, critically discuss and evaluate the role of sustainability for strategic management. So based on what last week we have discussed, some of you have chosen question 1, some have chosen question 2, 3. I had question 1, 2, 3 and 4 so far out of all of you. So each topic directly maps to lecture topics except for innovation topic, which has been covered in every week's lecture and seminar discussion. Therefore, the report should focus on this topic, whichever particular topic that you are looking at. However, try to bring in other academic concepts to support the analysis. Do not see the selected topic as a separate concept. The depth is more important than the width. What you write is more important than how much you write. That is what which is meant here. You do not need to include all topics introduced in the lecture into your report. That means you don't have to mention all the topics, but just be focused and be specific about the topic that you are going to be speaking. But of course, generally relating to other matters in strategic management. Go beyond the module content to demonstrate that you have developed a further understanding of this topic. This is a report rather than a case study. Do not pick one company for intensive case study report. Feel free to use the example introduced in module. Okay, so remember, this is a very important point here. This is a report rather than a case study. Do not pick one company for intensive case study report. That means they are saying, don't only refer to one company in your writing. Throughout your writing, do not only focus on one company. That means you can use many companies as your examples and so on. Feel free to use all the examples, okay? In this topic, in this module, a lot of companies has been mentioned. You can use everything. So don't just stick to one. I'm not asking you to choose one organization here. Okay, topic example. Critically discuss and evaluate the argument of any competitive advantage will diminish over time. If you take this topic, this is which topic? Topic number 2. Okay. So competitive advantage has been introduced intensively in week 3's lecture. So you can refer to week 3's lecture, resource and capability. Other academic concept that can help to further understand towards competitive advantage as well. Okay, so this is mainly referring to chapter 3. So each and every of these topic will refer to one chapter. So how do you address the topic? Provide the focus of the report and address the topic clearly. That means you must be very focused on what you are writing and ensure that it relates to the particular topic. Present the answers to the selected question. Okay, present your answers to the selected question in the beginning of the report if possible. I mean, in the introduction itself, you must repeat the question by saying this is what you are doing to allow clear presentation, to allow research focus for both you and the reader. Now, your report structure, what are the main things that you need to focus? Your report should include but not limited to the following, but I suggest you keep it to this. You must have an introduction, okay, and then you must have main content. Main contents is broken into various different subtopics, and then you must have conclusion, okay, to summarize. References, remember I gave you Harvard referencing style, use that, and appendix if applicable but not counted in word count. So appendix will be a good place where you want to put your charts, diagrams, anything that relates that you feel that it can be represented in diagrams, and so you put it in appendix. So what do you write in your introduction? Introduction, this part here, in your introduction, if you have chosen any one of the 8 questions, the chosen question and focus of your response. In the introduction, you must mention. You must set a bit of background of the research, reasoning of selecting such topic. So example, if you have taken this topic 2, critically discuss and evaluate the argument of competitive advantage will diminish over time. So in introduction, you must explain what is competitive advantage. So if any one of you are taking question 1, to what extent do organizations need to consider both macro and industrial environment for critical decision making? All right. So for that, you must explain what is environment, what is external environment of an organization. You must explain what is macro environment or what is industrial environment of an organization. So you must have a bit of background of the research, reasoning why you select the topic. And of course, you must explain the structure of the topic. You must say this assignment or this report will assess the macro and industrial analysis of organization, but in particularly for strategic decision making. So you see there is a reason why you are writing. Then we go to main content. Main content is your main content is where content should include a detailed discussion of the selected topic, okay, a reflection of your understanding and support by academic concepts and evidence, that means citations, and you must use a lot of examples. So your main content here can go into various different paragraphs, a lot of paragraphs, because there are so many things that you will need to explain. Like last 2 weeks back, I gave you an example of how to do question 1. I broke down into various different topics, right? Different subtopics, right? So that is what we call the main content. After you have completed that, okay, main content, of course, then you have a conclusion, then you have references, appendix. Okay, so your main content can reflect back to this. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From innovation to strategy. This is a sample of question 3. From innovation to strategy, innovation as resource and competitive advantage, innovation as dynamic. So they have broken down into various different subtopics, the main content itself. Okay. So introduction to competition, co-optation and cooperation. Okay, creating value and sustaining a competitive advantage. Then you can break it into achieving competitive advantage through collaboration. What is cost sharing and all, achieving a superior performance. This is also a way of answering question 4. Okay, this is guideline for answering question 4. So question 4, you can break the main topic into all these subtopics. Okay, exclude the conclusion bibliography. So all this is under under question 4. Okay, so it's okay. Later I will go through question 1, whichever question that you have chosen, the structure for it in a bit after the break. So academic understanding would be, you will be assessed on the use of research and referencing throughout the report. So research and referencing is very important. Every time you write a paragraph, write a sentence, you must make sure that there is some part of your work has been referred or referenced. Citation. Underpinned by a range of contemporary academic and business research, you critically appraise the literature and theories relating to issues under review, demonstrate awareness and the application of theory to practice. Practical examples should also be used to demonstrate awareness and application of the theory and practice. Okay, so resource of contemporary academic and business. Where do you find your resources? Google Scholar, and then you can go into your York St. John home and pick up from the Capital Discovery. Your British Journal of Management is good, Journal of Strategic Management, Journal of Management Strategy. So there are so many. Google Scholar is one way to look for journal article. I will teach you how to search for articles in a bit. Okay, and of course you can use any form of textbook. Online resources must be more of credible ones like Harvard Business Review, Forbes and Economics and so on, and company websites. Okay, comments from the past submission. In the past, please take note of this and avoid descriptive presentation. That means make it more of a report rather than very particularly descriptive. A big picture which shows the link between relevant concept. Okay, source of the material is very important, and use example. So these are the things that you must take note. Okay, descriptive means very particular. That means no, your assignment is in very general. So like I told you, you do not focus into just one company, but be very holistic about it. So what is avoid descriptive presentation? Relevant aspects where appropriate, position but not developed with links to theory. Okay, that means you have mentioned some things, but you are not relating to points and theories from strategic management. This was starkly highlighted by the lack of citation. So you say something, but you got no support. There is no citation to support. There is no reference to support, with a description of relevant areas, but lack in depth of throughout. Companies' business practices were also discussed, but not used to demonstrate the relevance. So you say something, but you are not saying what is the relevance of this point to your assignment. A big picture which shows the link between relevant concepts. Some areas could have been strengthened with reference. Okay, so if you notice, the word reference here is very important. So everybody is saying reference is very, very important. So you need to create referencing. Various appropriate concepts were used and interlinked, supported by examples to demonstrate a very sophisticated approach to assessment brief. A recognition of role of intangible resources in some areas was demonstrated and supported, with links made to the source of competitive advantage in later section. All right, source of material, make sure that you use good and appropriate material, okay, journal articles. The material reference is in the presentation was from a fairly narrowed selection. Use example, relevant examples and indicators were used. Examples are missing in your paper, which would have been added in advance to overall analysis quality. Okay, so you see examples of clear academic writing. Expansion can occur for many different reasons. So they give you points as such and so on. Okay, we will go through this later when we come back. Okay, so examples of previous submission. General observation is that they see that academically they have must have clear structure, focus on in-depth using of academic resources, practicality, and so on. Okay. Okay. So your aim is you must ensure you must give a good report, first class report. Use headings and subheadings. I'll come to this later. Use short sentence and small paragraphs. Be clear, proofread. So some of the frequently asked question, should I include all the academic concept frameworks? Can I? No, you don't use everything. You can't have 3,500 words including everything. You will exceed the word count. How can I use academic concept theory that are not introduced in the lecture or module? Of course you can. Additional reading shows that you have done additional reading to support. Can you provide a template to follow? Yes. How many reference should I use? The more the better. How many journals? Again, the more the better. I will come to that. I can't find any journal articles. I will teach you after the break how to find journal articles. How many words should I include for each section? It's up to you as long as you fill and reach the 3,500 words. How many academic frameworks should I use? Okay, for this report, 2 academic framework or theories should be enough. Should I provide definition? Yes. Do you think Apple is better than Samsung? Not necessarily. Can I include tables, figure, or pictures in the report? Yes, this is where you include in appendix. Can I see some previous examples? If there is, we will share. Who will mark my work? Don't worry about that. So what do you do before submitting? Save it, okay, proofread, find the right link to submit, okay? Make sure you have a lot of time before you submit to avoid last minute work, okay? All right. For lecture 7, there are a lot of examples on your folder, which actually shows how to write the assignment. Okay, so we will go through this in a bit. I'm going to give you a break, and then when I come back to you, I am going to teach you how to start your assignment. Okay, I'm going to give you guidelines for question 1, question 2, and so on. And then we will see how you are going to start your assignment, what you need to write in your assignment. We're going to analyze those assignments. I'm going to teach you how to do pull out references, how to do your references, how to search articles in Google search and Google Scholar. All right, Alun Poyi has a question. When I done the draft of the report, should I upload Moodle or send to you? You send to me first for checking, Poyi. You send it to me. I have a question. While write the report, can I ask lecturer through WhatsApp? Yes, you can. You ask me in WhatsApp is better because Teams sometimes I have I can misplace your message. So WhatsApp will be a good form for you to ask me questions. Okay. All right. Now, what I want you to do is when we take this break now, your assignment question, be ready with your assignment question because the last 2 weeks back, some were not sure and so. 3 things I want you to do. Assignment question, be prepared with the question. Organize your work, tell me what you're going to write. Okay. And third, what have you done so far? Okay, 3 things. Be precise with what question you're going to take. Second, tell me how you're going to do it. Third is if you have done anything, explain to me what you have done. So meanwhile, when I give you about like maybe take about 10-15 minutes break, go into lecture 7. Okay, go into lecture 8. Okay, Mr. Ruba has uploaded all the materials. Go into lecture 8. You download that folder. You will see examples of all the assignments which has been uploaded there. Please look at those assignments because when I come back, I'm going to be referring to that and also providing you another guideline. Okay, is that okay? The second half of our class will be mainly on our assignment. I'm going to discuss the assignment. Okay, take your break. I'll come back shortly. Okay, we resume back. Okay, so now let's start. All right, I told you to earlier before we took a break, I told you you are required to look at chapter 8 and then there are samples which is already provided for some of the question. Okay, I am going to share with you those samples, and also I have guidelines for question 1. Yep, I got, hold on. Assignment guideline for question 1, 2, and also question 1, 2, and 4. Okay, and also we will look at chapter 8 where other guidelines are also included. Okay, right. I'm going to look at the lecture question. Okay, let me open the first one. Okay, let's go to the questions. Okay, competitive advantage operation. Competitive advantage is question 2. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen, right? Okay. Let's look at the examples of how they have written, right? Okay. This is your questions, huh? These are all your questions, the 8 question which is given. Now, under lecture 8, you will notice that there are examples given and the marks given for each of these assignments. Okay, let's look at the first example. First example is on competitive advantage. All right, this is competitive advantage and the marks given was 78. Okay, you see marks given 78. Critically discuss and evaluate the argument of any competitive advantage will diminish over time. Which question is this? Which question is this? This is question 2, correct? This is question 2. Let's look at the example for question 2. How example is provided, how you are supposed to follow and do an assignment exactly. I see a few of you have chosen question 2, right? Okay, so hence this is how you will answer question 2, right? I'm going to highlight some areas which is important for you to notice. All right, so first of all, you keep the title on top. All right, content page or table of content is important. This page is very, very important. And then you create a table like this to show that which page number and everything. All right. So in the content page, you see there is introduction. You see, report structure, there is introduction, right? Introduction, you can see introduction. And then you can see main content. Main content is mainly these two is the person's main content. Okay, which he has broken into two parts and then further into subtopics under the main content. And then conclusion. You see a conclusion here? Yes, conclusion. The person has put a conclusion. And of course, the reference. And if you have appendix, you can put. Okay, so topic is very important. Table of content is also important for you to include. Okay, breakdown of the table of content. Okay, whatever I'm highlighting in yellow means that it is important for you to include. Okay, so the question is critically discuss and evaluate the argument of any competitive advantage will diminish over time. So that is your question. So let's see how you have started your introduction. So look at the introduction. The focus of this paper will be on critical analysis. You must use that word. This will be a critical analysis of how firms establish competitive advantage. You see, they are repeating what is competitive advantage and evaluating whether they diminish over time. So you have repeated the question. Correct? So this report will look to argue that it is true that any competitive advantage will diminish over time. That means you're agreeing to the question. Using the understanding of a sustainable competitive advantage can diminish due to external factors. This report will look to discuss how these factors affect the durability and imitability of competitive advantage. David 2016. So your introduction clearly says that you support the question, all right? You agree with the question, and you are saying that you are going to be writing a report using the understanding of sustainable competitive as mentioned by David in your report. Okay, supported by David. What did David and David say? David and David say that factors affect the durability and imitability of any competitive advantage. Okay, will diminish over external factors. That is what he said. So you have a citation here. All right. Okay. For those who have chosen question 2, are you following what I'm saying? Are you all okay so far?
Miss, do you have a sample essay for question 1?
Wait, we will go to that later. We do with this first, okay? All right. Okay. So after that, what do you do? So you go back to your lecture slides here. You see introduction. So the chosen question and focus of your response, background of the research, reason for selecting such topic, structure of the report. So these 3 things must be in your introduction. Okay. And then in your introduction, you must write what is competitive advantage, because the main question for question 2 is on competitive advantage, right? So you say competitive advantage in terms of time can be categorized into 2 types, temporary competitive and also sustainable competitive advantage. When answering this question, it is important to consider these categories by using whatever variables, achieving sustainable, blah, blah, blah. Okay, you see 1, 2, there's already, 1, 2, 3, 3 citations here. 1, 2, 3. Correct? Okay, and then you're going to go further saying this report is going to be drawn from 2 perspectives. One is the internal environment and one is the external. Okay, internal and also strategies used to it. Okay, and then you are talking about considering internal factors. What is the internal factors? You are using Johnson's citation here and also using Barney. Okay, you are emphasizing on the topic. And you're saying resource-based view is an approach. Is used, also mentioned by David and David. And then you're going to consider RBV mentioned by Potter. Okay, so again, so many citations. But of course, you may see David is repeated and then Johnson is repeated again. Doesn't matter. But don't repeat the same person over and over. So Clark is also repeated. So your introduction must cover, this whole page must cover these 3 perspectives. Okay, which the student has done. Then considering how external, so this is further to your Introduction. So you see the last part here, the report will look at how business may create competitive advantage. So you're telling what is this report going to be about. Okay. So you see, just now somebody asked me how much of introduction should I write. So 1 page of introduction, how many words you should write. So if you notice, this is about 550 words. So you can keep it to about 500 to 550 words. Okay, about 500 words is fine for your introduction. Second, you go into the main content. Main content, structure. Sorry. Okay, so you're going into the main content. Main content is talking about RBV. Okay, under RBV, you got one subtopic here, and then you have another subtopic here. RBV, you got 2.1, which is tangible, intangible resources, and then you got capabilities. So you see, for main content, for RBV, you have allocated another, like about, for the first point, you have allocated about another 500 points. And then the second main point to it, you have allocated another, maybe you got more to write. Okay, so about 700 points. Then second main concept is on competitive strategy. Under competitive strategy, you've got cost leadership, which you take about another 700 to write. Okay. And then second point to the second point, second subtopic to the second point, you have got that one, which is also about 560 points. Then you see your conclusion. Comes to your conclusion. Okay, cost leadership, what is it? Competitive and all. Done. About 400 words. Then you got your reference. See how many references needed? Can you see how many references used? All right. So now you see the organization of the topic is clear. Okay. Introduction must have these 3 points, which I stated just now, 1, 2, 3. So within this 1 page of introduction, you must include as how this person has written with these 3 main key points. Structure, a chosen question, you agree, background a bit of the topic, and then what is the structure going to be. So it is all in the introduction. Second part is where you write your main content. Your main content is a detailed discussion of the selected topic. Here you can have as many subtopics that you want to have. Okay, as many subtopics. For this person, he has had 2 main topics, and then under the 2 main, he has broken down into 2 smaller subtopics. Okay, one thing to note, for every sentence and every paragraph, there is at least 2 or 3 references which is used. Understand? You see, this assignment is full of citations and references, which shows that the assignment is holistic, which is done properly in terms of reference and referred. Okay. So you see, this led to estimation of companies 82%. So where did you get all these figures? So from 2013. Okay. So you see, BBC News is a news website. You can use that also. All right, as your references. So for every paragraph, you see, for one topic, this person have broken the topic. In introduction itself, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 smaller paragraphs. For your main topics, each point try to keep it to 1 paragraph. Okay, you see, this is clear and precisely written report and how the flow of information is coming down. Okay. And look at your conclusion. Conclusion itself, you overall, you try to conclude, and then you are also giving your suggestions here. All right. Furthermore, cost leadership can be achieved by multiple. These are all suggestions. So conclusion and recommendation. So you see the last part, business can achieve sustainable advantage, but because of changing customer demands and constant innovative, the value of company will fluctuate. So this is your suggestion. All right. Recommendation. Then, of course, you've got list of references. Okay. This is question 2. So how you want to do question 2, you can use this example. I mean your points to discuss could be this, but don't copy exactly. Rephrase and just follow the way how the person has actually written. Okay. Now let's look at another example. This example is on question, I think if I'm not mistaken, question 3. Cooperation is a superior strategy to competition. Deliver a critical analysis on this argument. So which question is this? Okay, sorry, question 4. Those who are choosing question 4, you can look at this example. Okay, so this is a 85 marks question, but not necessarily must be 3,500 words. See, 3,300 only, but good score with 85 marks. So you have got the title here. Table of content. See, the table of content is more detailed. Okay. And introduction. See, introduction. You can name your introduction. You can name your subtopics detail also. Huh? Introduction to co-opetition and also cooperation, creating value to sustainable competitive advantage. So here you're giving a definition of what is cooperation and co-opetition. Then you're explaining a bit about what is happening in today. You see how many citations are included. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then again, 3 different citations. It's been explained. Okay. You are saying additionally cooperation, marketplace, blah, blah, blah. And how it will be written. So operation allows for. Okay. So then you go into achieving competitive advantage through collaboration. So is that part of introduction? Okay, no. Introduction is the first part, done. Okay, this is introduction. Now you're going into the main context. Main context, okay, if you have points like this, you can actually highlight the points, okay, and start explaining. You see, for each point, you have 1 paragraph and at least about 4 references. Second main point, okay, if you have 1 main point, but if you don't want to do subtopics, you can just highlight the main point that you're going to be discussing and then put it up with the many references that you are included. Okay, then the next one is here, right? Rationale behind collaborative strategy. Right, here you have used a website for number 1. Let's see, where is number 1? Okay, you have referred a website somewhere here. So you have written it down. If you don't want to do this, no worries, don't have to. Okay, so you just keep it to normal citations and so on, referencing. Then the next one, RBV. Next point is on global steering strategic collaboration. So you can write, you can see each point has been highlighted. All right, next point, you see here, number 2, corporate realizing blah, 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 blah. So this is adapted from this website. So if you don't want to do that, you just want to put a referencing at the bottom, can. Okay, so that is one. And then further, this person has broken the subtopic into many, many subtopics. All right, that is why the table of content is also in detail. Right, you can see, and then of course you have a conclusion. All right, conclusion, and at the end there you got a bit of recommendation. Right, bibliography, right, is basically your referencing. You are supposed to do referencing, not bibliography. Okay, do you know what is the difference between bibliography and referencing? Referencing is mainly all the citations that you have used here must be on referencing. Bibliography is mainly some of the articles that you search you didn't use. You didn't use it for citation, but you have referred. So that is what you put in bibliography. So if you put bibliography here, it means that everything that you have used, whether you cite or you didn't cite, you have used it for the work. And this one did not follow Harvard because it's not alphabetical order. All right. That is question 4. Let's look at emergent strategy. This is 86. Again, just going to glance through. Okay, so critically discuss the evaluate role of emergent strategy. Okay, again, table of content. Emergent strategy is which question? Emergent strategy is
Question 6.
question 6, correct. Okay, if you're choosing question 6, I don't think so anybody chose question 6, but I will just go through. So there is an introduction. Okay, so you see this person's introduction is not very long. Okay, this person's introduction is just about 245 words only. Then straight away going into the topic, what is strategy? Okay, giving a definition of what is strategy. Then what is the need for emergent strategy? Okay, what is the core competencies? So for every of the subtopic, you can see there is citations, a lot of citation. So that is what which makes your assignment good. All right, a great assignment. Okay, again, you can see the flow, how the person RBV model. Okay, plan emergent strategy, and of course, a conclusion. And you see here referencing. Here referencing has used all the materials that they have used and as follows alphabetical order, proper Harvard referencing. Okay. Okay. And the next one, global strategy. Number 5, question of number 5. Okay, global strategy, application of overall organizational strategic decision. Is it question 5? Where the strategy, global strategy can be employed. How application can be overall. Number 5, this is sample 2, number 5. So the topic is here. Word count also 3003 only, not 3005. Content page, introduction, subtopics. Look at all the subtopics and referencing, citation, citation which has been included. Again, subtopics. So there are various ways that you can actually write your subtopics. And then this one mainly has referred to a lot of online availability. Okay, has followed the Harvard referencing. Okay, so there are many ways that you can actually organize your work. And then, of course, we have question, last one question. Okay, this is on role of innovation, strategic management, table of content. This question is question what is this? Sorry. Role of innovation in strategic management. So this is number 3, the role of innovation in strategic management. Okay, so if any one of you choosing question 3 can consider this. I think Suhaida was choosing question 3 the other day. So you see there is an introduction with all the citation. What is innovation strategy? Okay, what is innovation and competitive advantage? See, there's a model here which they have used. Sourced by whom? Okay, then again explanation. Further, you have included more diagrams and all. Okay, but you need to explain where you took the diagram from. Okay, so this one is good because I've included a lot of diagrams and models to explain. Then again, referencing. Okay, all these samples are available in your materials, course material, which has been uploaded by Mr. Ruba. Okay, so that is examples of how you can actually write your work. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go with sample guidelines. Okay, a bit of guidelines that I'm going to share with you all. Okay. Okay. These are samples for the mentioned question, but for question 1, I don't have a sample, and yeah, I don't have a sample, but I have a guideline for you for question 1, which I shared with you last 2 weeks back. Remember? So similarly, what you can do is your way of writing can be the same as how you use for these samples. What you need to do is just need to include all these points. Okay, if you're choosing question 1, okay, so you just need to follow the way of writing in introduction and so on with the following points. So you see, in introduction, it's basically this is what you write: objective, purpose, and scope of your assignment, right? And then for question 1, these are your what do you say? These are your structure, main content. Your main content for assignment 1 is this one. Okay, you see, these are all your main content. Okay, main content up to all this is also your main content. Okay, you have got a lot of main content. You can break down each of it to subtopics, right? Like how I mentioned. Then industry analysis. Okay, you have got use all these as your main content, subtopics and main content. Okay, then you've got your conclusion as well and references. So I have guidelines for question 1, 2, and 4. Let's look at question 2. If you're choosing question 2, if you don't want to use the sample, okay, you can use this as your guideline. Okay, introduction, what you need to write, purpose. See, you can actually go in detail. I want you to look at all the examples. So this is your main content for your question 2, competitive advantage. These are the things that you can use it as subtopics. Main content. You see, the resource-based view advantage. I'm not going to tell you one by one. I want you to go through. I'm going to upload these samples. Samples has already been uploaded in lecture 8, all the 5 samples that has been shown. Outline for your assignment. Assignment guideline for question 1, 2, and also question 1, 2, and 4. I only have guidelines for question 1, 2, and 4. You can actually use this. I'm going to upload this now. And then question 4. No, this is the book. Sorry. Okay. See, topic 4. Right, this is your guideline. Same. Just follow these subtopics and fit in your information with citation. You see, you can actually use in the book, summary page 247. All these are inside your textbook. You can use it in order to find information. Simple, all right? So even if you have a sample or you don't have a sample, just follow the guidelines and it will be easier for you to complete your assignment. Okay? I will upload the samples in your folder now. Okay, give me a minute. Please look at organizational strategy folder. You will see sample assignment. Under the assessment folder, okay, I uploaded assignment guideline for question 1 last week, 2 weeks back. Now I'm going to upload question 2 and also question 4. Hold on, let me change this name first. Okay, let me change this, remove this. Delete. Delete. Okay, I'm gonna upload this. Okay, so I have uploaded the 3 assignment guidelines, question 1, question 2, and question 4. And then for question 3, question 5, question 6, and the rest of the question, all the examples are in chapter 8. Let me show you where it is. Okay, this is your Teams, right? If you go here to your files, go to your general. Okay, when you go to general, you will see this. Okay, under assessment, click assessment. You will see assignment guidelines for question 1, assignment guidelines for question 4, assignment guidelines for question, this is question 2. Question 1, question 4 and 2 you have. And then for the samples, where do you see the samples which I shared earlier? Okay, you go to chapter 8. Okay, you go to assessment support. Okay, you see example for competitive, all the questions are here. Okay, and the lecture slides which I was going through about your assignment is here. Right? So this is where you pick all your samples. Now, that is regarding your assignment. Now, how do you search for articles, journal articles? Correct? Remember earlier I told you, I will teach you how to search for journal articles. Okay, where do you get proper journal articles? Now, open Google, okay, you type there, Google Scholar, okay, right? Click Google Scholar. So Google Scholar will take out all the information from all the journal articles which is deposited. So you only get academic resources here. You don't get any fancy articles or anything like that. It's very much academic based. So anything from Google Scholar can be used in your work. All right. So we are going to look at articles. You can choose whether articles or case law. All right. Case law is for lawyers and for legal perspective. But what we are doing is we just want to see articles. All right. Can someone tell me one topic that you want to do? Let me search for you. I will help you search. Who wants to go? Give me a topic that you are doing. Tariq, you want to give me what is the topic that you are doing? Topic 1, right?
Yes, I'm doing topic 1, ma'am.
Okay. What is topic 1? Can you read me topic 1? Read to me what is topic 1? What is the matter?
Yes, so to what extent do organizations need to consider both macro and industry environment in their decision making? Critically, discuss how such analysis would contribute to their overall strategy decision.
Okay, so we take one keyword here, industry analysis, okay? Oh, never mind, we just take the word okay? Sorry, strategic management, okay? Strategic management, industry analysis. Search. Okay. So you see, it will give you a list of articles and journals and books about anything written on strategic management and industry analysis. Okay. We take the first one. Example, diversification, vertical integration, and industry analysis, new perspective and measurement. Okay, this is an article journal. How do you know whether it's an article journal? Because you see here, it's written in Strategic Management Journal, but it's in 1992. So when you write these days assignment, you can't go back to so long ago. So what I can suggest you is take recent 5 years. So how do you take recent 5 years? Because the second one is talking about 1981, right? Then if you go, it talks about 1990, 86 and all. So you just want recent ones. So can you see here anytime? The word anytime here. So you can choose. Okay, you can custom range it from which year to which year. But I will suggest you just take anything 2017 and above. Anything which was done 2017 and above is good to use. So when you click that, it will further refine and give you a list of things written about strategic management, mainly on industry analysis from 2017 onward. So you see the first one, it's a book. You can use this book, Strategic Management and Business Policy. Okay, it's an online book which is available. Okay, so you can read this book and use this as a citation. Correct or not? It will talk everything about that you need to know about strategic management. And I suggest all of you use this because all your topics are covered in this book. Right? Any strategic management book will cover. Right? So you can use that book. And then see this one, another book. This is also a book. All right? Because it's written as edition, 6th edition. Now you see, strategic flexibility, manufacturing flexibility, a firm's performance under presence of agile supply chain, a case strategic management in fashion industry. This is a journal article written in 2019. Okay, you see, Journal of Management Studies. So you click that. You click that. It will show you an article. How do you get the article? You see? All right, you can click that and open. All right, but I don't suggest this because it's another language. So if it's written book means you take book. It is considered as book. If it's written as HTML means it's usually a Word document. Okay, you see, you can get the whole Word document and then it'll ask you whether you want to download or not. So download PDF, it will download for you. Okay. Right, you download, you can see the article, the full article will be there, journal article. Understand? So that's how you see. Use Google Scholar to get all the information. And then this one, also a journal article. Okay, so get access, you click there, give you an access to everything. Okay. Right, so this is how you search. And sometimes when you search certain article, it will also similarly give you recommended articles that you can go further developing from this particular article. Okay, so this is how you search. So if I say strategic management and competitive advantage, use the word competitive advantage. Competitive advantage. Okay, again from 2017. Right, this is a book as well. Essential Strategic Management, the Quest for Competitive Advantage. It's a book. This one is an article. This one is a article. Okay, so this is a full article which talks about strategic management, model of lens, competitive intelligence. All right. So all your materials, you saw just now the samples have used a lot of research articles, right? So why not use Google Scholar, go and pick up all the articles, read it, summarize it, and use it for your assignment. So this is how you search. Understand? So Google Scholar is the best way to create your article. Now, you will ask me how to do referencing, correct? Now I teach you a simple way to do your referencing, Harvard referencing. Example, you are using this book. Click. Okay, no. Use this. Okay, let's go to the journal. All right, where is the journal? Okay, use this as a journal. Okay, you see? Strategic knowledge management theory practice by this person, okay? Some of the articles or journals will already give you a citation. So what you need to do, just copy this and put it in your referencing, okay? And of course, use their surnames in order to do your citation, correct? So you see some of the articles or journal articles in Google Scholar is very good. They will give you the citation or they will give you the referencing, how to do your referencing, okay? Another example. Let's see this one. Okay. So this one doesn't have a sample given, right? But can you see here, download citation? It will give you an option, download citation. Okay. You click there. You see, to cite this article, use this. Correct? So it is Harvard referencing which is using. So all these articles will have somewhere along the article or journal to show you how to do the citation, how to even do referencing. All right. Let me show you some more. Okay. Okay, just take strategic management entrepreneurship. Okay, let's see. Okay, click this article. Author, citation. All right. Subject, document. Okay, this one you have to download. Okay, you have to download, then only you can view. But this one doesn't give you how to do a citation, but it has given you a link here. So you just need to fill up. It's from Journal of this one, volume 4, year this one, issue. So you just need to add the name in front and the year and include it by itself. Okay. So it's easy to create citation. All these articles nowadays comes with citation. Okay. Example, this one. Okay. Like this one, it's difficult. It doesn't show you because it's a document. Like this kind of articles, you need to create your own citation and article. I mean, your referencing. Right? You need to create by looking at it. But anyway, all the information are there. Author's name is there. Which journal it is published is also there. Okay, it's published in article. All right, who is the name of the author, the title, the year, everything is there. So you just need to pick up and put it into the referencing format. Okay. Any questions so far? So my suggestion is all of you use Google Scholar. Google Scholar is very easy for you to create citation, right? Or you can download. Okay, this is not only for this module, but for all the modules that you'll be doing. If you want to create a citation or referencing, download these two software, either one. One is called Zotero or Mandalay. Okay. It's called Zotero. One is Zotero. Zotero. Another one is called Mandalay. Okay. These two softwares will help you to prepare your referencing. You don't need to copy, paste and arrange. You want to see? I show you. I use Zotero. Okay. Let me show you how to use Zotero. You have to download Zotero. Okay. I have downloaded the software called Zotero. This is very important for you. It will be very easy for you to do your work next time. I'm going to share my screen with you and I'm going to show you how to write an introduction. Okay. Okay. So what you need to do is first you have to download the software called Zotero. Can you see this? Brendan, can you see?
Yes, Miss.
Can, yeah? Okay. You download in your PC, yeah? You download Zotero. So it will open up. Okay. Okay, so it has opened up. You see that, oh, sorry. Okay, you open Zotero. Hold on now. Okay, so hold on now. Let me clear all this. Okay. Okay, so when you open Zotero, okay, this is how Zotero will look. So what I do now is I create one folder. Okay. Usually it look empty, yeah. Okay, let me create a folder called my name lah, Subhashini. Okay. So in this folder called Subhashini, everything is empty, right? I have not downloaded or uploaded any form of article, journal article. Okay, so I minimize this and keep aside. Now I want to write a assignment. So I open a Word document. Okay. All right. I write there. Okay. Example. Say suppose. Okay. Now these are three things that you need to open. Okay. So I open Google Scholar now. Okay. I'm going to open Google Scholar. So I'm going to say, I'm going to do a research on strategic management and entrepreneurship. So all these things will open. So I feel that, okay, maybe this one sounds interesting. I will open this. Okay. I will open this article. And is it full form? No. Let me go and take a full one. Okay. I'll open this one. Okay. I'm reading it. Okay. I open the PDF. Oh, no, can't access. Okay, some of the articles will show that you can't access. Okay, let me see. This one, this book. Yeah, this one can view. Okay, it says download PDF. Okay, I download and I start reading. Okay, so I read. Okay, I read the introduction. Okay, this is an article about stakeholder engagement, innovation management, entrepreneurship development by this person. So I read. The strength and nature of the link between stakeholder engagement and innovation management and entrepreneurship develop is indisputably a critical question in the effort to understand this business policy collectively and individually. So I like this sentence. I really like this sentence. I want to use it in my work. Copy that, I put here. I can't copy exactly the same, right? That's called plagiarism, right? How do I paraphrase it? So I read the sentence again. The strength and nature of the link between stakeholder engagement, innovation management, and entrepreneurship development is indisputably critical question. Okay, so I can paraphrase it to a different way by saying it is very critical to understand understand the link, sorry about the spelling, between a stakeholder engagement, innovation management, and entrepreneurship. Okay, sorry, engagement, understand, entrepreneurship through the link to understanding. Okay, it is very critical to understand the link between stakeholder engagement, innovation management, and entrepreneurship. Okay, strength and nature and link between entrepreneurial and individual critical. Okay, it is very critical to understand the link between stakeholder engagement and innovation management and entrepreneurship, as the strength and its nature is interrelated. You see, I paraphrased the. Okay, I've paraphrased this whole thing into my own word. Correct or not? Did I copy? Did I copy this whole sentence and put there? Did I?
No.
No.
No, miss.
I paraphrased it. Paraphrased it means I like this, what this person has said in the first sentence, but I need to put it in on my own understanding. Correct? So I rewrite it into my understanding by using different words. Okay, this is what I paraphrase. But whatever I've written is not my work. I've actually taken from somebody's work. So I need to put a citation. Right? I need to put some citation, right? Right. So if you have Zotero, this is what Zotero will help you do. Okay. And now you go back to the article. Right? This is the article that we took, right? Okay. When you open the article, when you have already downloaded Zotero, you will notice this thing here, this like a document picture here. Can you see, notice this? Can you notice this document picture here?
Yes.
My cursor, right? You click that. You click that, it will show that this article has been saved into your Zotero called Subhashini here. So can you see that article's link has been saved? Understand? Okay, so now you go back to this. In your words document, you automatically see the word Zotero. So you want to put citation, right? Citation here. Okay, so you click Zotero. Then you see add citation. You always take Harvard, press OK. This place here you want to do citation, this will appear. This toolbar will appear. You click this and click classic view. This is what we chose, right? Under my name here. This is the work that I chose and paraphrased, right? I click that, I press OK. Right? Yes. Sorry. Okay, what happened? Lama. Okay. What did I type just now? The link is critical, right? It is critical to understand the link between. I'm just going to copy it. Development as its nature and strength is interrelated. Okay, that is why I'm going to delete this. Okay, this is what I type. So I'm going to click here Click Zotero, add citation. I'm taking Harvard. Okay. Ask me this link. I click this. I go to classic view. This is what I chose. I press OK. Can you see automatically the citation comes out? So I don't need to actually figure out how to do the citation, because this article, if you review this article, okay, hold on. This article is not only written by one person. It is written by 1, 2, 3, 4%. So in Harvard referencing, when 4%, more than 3% writes an article, you will, more than 2% writes an article or 3%, you will not put it or put all the names. You will automatically just put the first name. Then after that, you must put the word ETAL and which year they published it. Understand? Do you understand this part? Does it make it easier, right?
Yes,
It makes it easier.
Yes.
So it makes it easier for you to use this software. Now, second part of the software is you already do a citation, but you need the references, right? You need to put the references at the end, right? So you have written so many. Okay, I will just give example. Give me a minute. I will make a sentence with a few references and then I will come back. Okay? Okay, give me a minute. Let me do this properly for you. Okay, I am going to paraphrase something for you. Just give me a minute. Let me just download a few articles so that it's easier for me to show. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Then, okay. See. All right. I've written this statement here. I've written this article. Strategic management is all about identification and description of strategies that managers can carry so that to achieve a better performance. I took this from an article. I want to put a citation here. So what I do is, okay, this is your home, right? This is how your Words document will look like. I want to put a citation here. I click Zotero. I add citation. This will come up. I click classic view. Okay, I've added a few other inside. Just now we added the first one. So I added this one. I want to use this person's. I've paraphrased this person's work. So I click this one. I press OK. So can you see automatically this person's name is already there? This 2% who did I referred to is there. Correct? And then an organization is said to have competitive advantage, blah, 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 blah. This report, blah, blah. So this is also another statement that I have paraphrased from somebody else. I want to put a citation. I click here. I put add citation. It will give me this link. I click classic view. So I've used this person. Actually, that link, that statement is from this person. I click, press OK. See? Zhao had 4% wrote this article, but you only put the first person's name. It will prepare for you by itself. Understand?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then this analytical report presents a strategic management, blah, blah, blah. You are writing the purpose of this report. Then finally, you are also writing, it is critical to understand the link. This one I took from this person just now. Remember the first one I did? Sample I showed you, right? Okay. How many citations are here? How many
3.
can you see? 3, right? Okay. For all these 3, you have to do referencing, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So what you do, how do you reference, especially when you have written a 10-page document with so many citations, everything done. How do you do referencing? So you click at the bottom here, say suppose you write here references. Okay, you write references. Okay. All right, now you click be it in Zotero. Can you see add bibliography?
Yes, Miss.
When you click add bibliography, it will automatically pull out all the way how to reference for you. Isn't it easy?
Yes, it is.
So you just need to download the software and use. So you see the name, the year, which book it was taken from, which article, which page, date, when you have actually assessed it, everything will come out. And it will arrange for you an alphabetical order, A first, alpha, Z. So that is how easily you do citation and referencing for your other modules as well. So Zotero is one way. You can also try Mandalay. Mandalay is another form of referencing software which does everything for you. Okay, so sometimes students find it very difficult because you don't know how to do referencing, because you can cite and then to arrange the referencing, to put it in order, the full stop, the comma, how you want to actually pull out everything, it's difficult. So if you use Zotero, it makes it easier for you to do everything. And you don't have to worry about your formatting, about your referencing. A lot of the time students have problem doing formatting in referencing, wrong referencing. Okay, the way you arrange your referencing, everything. So if you have a software, it will just pull out and do it for you. Then you can number your references 1, 2, 3, or you don't want to number it, or you want to bullet it. Anything you want to do, you can do. Right? But you must also notice, say suppose halfway through the work, you read your work, you don't like what you have written. You don't like this person as your citation, you remove. When you remove, right? Okay, you remove that person. Sometimes when you remove what that person has said, right? Okay. Sometimes okay. So say suppose you remove. Okay, oh, it's okay, doesn't matter. Oh, never mind. Okay, so that is how you do your referencing and citation. Okay, so my advice to you, go and download Zotero. First you download. When you download Zotero, you open the link. This is what it will show you. It will be empty here. My library will be empty. What you need to do is you create a folder. Create a folder called example Tariq, your name. Strategic management assignment, or name the module. Okay, then start collecting your journal from Google. Go to Google. Go to Google Scholar. Okay, start collecting. Even if you go to websites, okay, even if you go to Harvard Business Review, example website, Harvard Business Review, okay, they write so much Harvard trending topics, okay, even if it's Harvard Business Review, okay, so most popular is about example beyond burnout. Okay, there is an article about beyond burnout. You read this article and you find it very informative for your assignment. So how do you cite this? Again, same thing. this thing will always appear once you have downloaded Zotero. So it will tell save to Tariq. Okay. So when you go and open Zotero under Tariq, the burnout, this one is already here. So when you do a citation, it will automatically do the correct citation for you. Okay. Easier? Right? So what you need to do, just download these two, I mean either one. Mandalay, I'm not very familiar with Mandalay, but I'm very familiar with Zotero. So use Zotero to clear one part of your headache for the assignment, which is the citation. But when you do citation and referencing, make sure you must paraphrase. I did not copy, paste and put, right? Because when you copy and paste, it will read in your Turnitin report that you copied. So I take whatever the person have said, I paraphrase it into my own words, and then I do acknowledge the person, and then only I put it into the referencing list. All right? Any other question before I see you next? I think next I see you on 11th of April. 11th of April is let's see. So I don't see you next week. 27th, I don't see you. I don't see you on 3rd. Oh, I see you in 3 weeks' time. I see you in 3 weeks' time. So for these 3 weeks, you have got good time to show me your draft assignment when I see you on the 11th. Is that okay? On the 11th, when I see you, you must show me how to, or you must show how to, I mean, you must show me your draft assignment. All right?
Sure.
Okay. Right. Anybody else? Any question? So that is Zotero, or second one is Mandalay. You can try either both, but I've shown you Zotero. If I have chance next in 3 weeks time when I see you, I can help you with Mandalay. All right, I'll learn up and I can help you. So you can, I mean, you all are good with IT and everything, so you can just check and see how it works and so on. All right. If no question, then I probably will finish today. Okay, we've got about 10 minutes. Anybody want to stay back and ask question can ask. Otherwise, I will see you all on the 11th of April. Okay, next month. Make sure you have your draft ready. At least I can run through. I can check on your referencing. I can check on your formatting, table of content and everything. Details as well. Okay, content of your assignment as well. Okay. All right. If nothing, then I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.
Sure, Miss Subha. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.